Hey guys, welcome back to the Final Sun channel. I'm glad to have you guys here, and we got some information we really got to unpack. So, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but we did just get update 1.3.1 for the game. It's already gone live on the PS4 and it's going to quickly come live for the other systems. It addressed several of the different issues that were already happening. They really did talk about some of the glitches. I know at this point we've heard a lot about glitches and we're kind of getting tired of it, but the developers are listening and they are focusing on trying to close those. We also got the new War Table blog that's supposed to come out weekly. Gave us some more exciting information that we can really dive down into, as well as some hints for stuff that's going to come. It also let us know what are the new priority missions are going to be for this week. As always, if you guys like my content, you're doing me a huge favor and you're really showing your support if you like and subscribe. I'll take either, but if you really want to go above and beyond, I'll take both, and you're really just helping me out a long ways if you do that. Let's get into these new priority missions that were announced. For those of you who played the game, you know that priority missions are always going to have modifiers that affect how that mission is going to play. Usually something to do with enemies are going to regain health, or they're going to be stronger against this kind of attribute for the mission. The two that they announced for priority missions in this time is the Inhuman Condition and Our Town. Starting off with the Inhuman Condition for the week, this is going to be the lower level mission. It's going to be one with a minimum power level of 25 and a +3 power level offset. So it's going to provide a little bit of a challenge, but it's going to be focused towards your lower levels to help you grind out on those characters. It comes with 3 modifiers: Blizzard, Scourge, and Fireball. If you're not familiar, Blizzard, it has ice hazards in the environment, and cryo damage from enemies and the environment are all increased. So make sure to wear some gear that'll help increase your defense against this, because your damage is not increased towards them, it's just towards you. Also, the next two are Scourge and Fireball. Scourge, it increases the presence of prime synthoids, and Fireball increases the plasma damage from players to them. So make sure to wear some melee and ranged gear that'll do plasma damage to the opponents, because that will be increased, but their plasma damage towards you will not be. So that will be one advantage. The reward for this and completing it for the first time is going to be some epic gear. So like I said, this is supposed to be getting you into leveling up your characters, but not too much of a challenge. The next one is Our Town. This one is supposed to be a little bit tougher. It's nothing like an Elite Hive or an Elite Heroic Hive, or definitely not like a Mega Hive, but it will provide a little bit of a challenge. It has a minimum power level of 120 with a +5 power level offset, so you're always going to be fighting a slightly uphill battle. It has 4 modifiers instead of 3, and none of these are the same as the Inhuman Condition modifiers. The first one is Famine, so none of your enemies are going to be dropping regen packs unless you have a bonus on your skills that is going to make them drop it. You have Goliath, which is significantly increasing the presence of exos, so keep an eye out for that. Bane, which is the same thing except it increases the presence of adaptoids, which in my opinion is much harder. And then Supercharged. All your heroic abilities charge faster and inflict more damage. So this will be the positive modifier for it. Make sure to capitalize on that to get through the mission as quickly as possible. The guaranteed reward for this is Polychoron and hero-specific gear. So you'll get some gear for your specific heroes, but you'll get that Polychoron to help you increase the level for your major artifacts. Let's move on to the priority harm room challenges. Again, there are 2 of these, and just like the previous ones, they're weekly. Starting off with the lower level one, you're going to have modifiers for it, which are Collider and Torpedo. Collider increases particle damage from players, and Torpedo increases projectile damage from any source, so whether you're doing it or your enemies. The harder mission is going to be for minimum power level 100, with a +5 power level offset. It has 3 modifiers: Maelstrom, which increases heroic charge at a significant rate, and entering critical health drains all heroic energy, so you have to make sure to focus on keeping your health high or you're going to lose it all. The next one is Collider, which again increases particle damage from players. And Pressure, there is no automatic recovery of willpower when you are critically injured. So not only are you going to lose all your heroic energy when you get to critical health, you're also not going to get that little boost of health when you are low. Your reward for completing this for the first time in the week is going to be 2011's Captain America number 19. This will give you the passive effect of 0.5% heroic charge rate. And again, just to make sure you understand, this is going to be only guaranteed for your first completion for completing these in the week. That's about it for the biggest priority mission updates for this week. If you want to go and see some more helpful tips in order to overcome these different mission modifiers for priority missions, there is a whole list of them on their website. I've attached the link below. Feel free to go click on that and see what advice you can get. When you're there, you can also look at the community spotlight and see different pictures people took from this week highlighting the hero of their choice. So go give that a look. But now we're going to move on to the different updates for the glitches that came with patch 1.3.1. And we'll dive into that and really understand what the developers are doing to face all these major issues to the game. I feel it is important that I point out once again that I'm not going to touch on every glitch and every update to the game in this article. I will highlight the ones that I think are important that are going to affect your gameplay the most. So if you do have a question about a specific bug you have, you can drop it here in the comments and I'll look it up and see what I can find, or you can follow the link to the article itself that I've already attached and see if maybe yours is already addressed there. The first section we're going to cover with this update are gear, challenges, and rewards. As you know, there have been a severe issue with some of the gear coming out with the wrong perks, or just all out coming with a power of 1 when it's supposed to be something like 130. Not only that, but there's also been challenges that you just can't complete for some reason because you'll complete the objective but it just won't register with the game. The developers are aware of these problems and they're working very hard to fix them. I think we should cut them a little bit of slack knowing that they are addressing over 1,000 issues and trying to get all these to work. They've put in a lot of time with this and they're going to continue to do so. Here are some of the issues they talked about the most. First, they mentioned that they addressed the issue where the villain sectors were not refreshing properly, so a lot of people were missing out on weekly rewards. This one gets me kind of excited because I can't tell you how many times I went to accept my different faction quests, and I was able to accept all of them but the villain sector, and then it was just more like, well, I guess I'm not going to get to complete this one this time because for some reason it's just not there. So yeah, I'm excited about that one. And similarly, they also said they're going to fix additional issues that prevent you from completing your dailies. That is also nice, so now there's something that you can actually do each day and feel like you're actually completing something. They also fixed the fact that a lot of people were not getting the iconic Iron Man costume due to a glitch, and they have addressed that and they're trying to get that back to all the people who were not properly awarded that if they got it. I think one big thing that I am glad they addressed is that they fixed the issue where some users were not getting actual awards when they completed their Elite Heroic Hive run. And for those of you who are able to do that, you understand. If you haven't gotten to that point in the game yet, this is a single player mode, which you had to do a lot of work to actually unlock, and is the best chance for getting your exotic gear. So to go through all that by yourself without playing with any friends, and then to not be awarded anything at all, super demoralizing. I'm glad they fixed it. We'll see here after this patch comes live for everyone if that's the case, but if it is fixed, I for one am grateful. Here is the biggest issue that was addressed. And when I say biggest, I don't mean it affected the most people, I mean that it affected some people the most. This would be one of those rare bugs where if it happened to me, there is a chance I would quit the game altogether. In this case, it was a PC problem where if you sometimes had problem connecting with a friend in a multiplayer match, it would actually reset your hero's level to 1. So you could have a level 50 hero and then it goes all the way back down to 1. And I know, if this happens once, you can recover from it because really the power level is what takes the longest time. But if this were to happen to me multiple times and my roster is getting sent back to 0, then yeah, I'm going to be a little mad about it. Fortunately, they did provide a little bit of a fix to it. If you encounter the issue, immediately try using a backup save. And if you don't know how to do it, they provide instructions. Backup saves are available in the settings menu under gameplay. This feature backs up your save files. Your progress will be saved around every hour and can potentially help retrieve and revert to a different save file. Please note, this may not work for everyone experiencing this issue. So it's not a perfect fix. I'm glad they're still working on it because that is entirely frustrating. But it does provide a little bit of hope, and if you're able to do it quick enough, then maybe you'll get your save file back before everything gets lost. They also addressed some combat aspects of the game that they did fix. And if you guys have played much Captain America, you understand that there is one severe flaw with this character. Unlike everyone else, some people being able to do both, Captain America can neither hack a server or break a door. If you were playing as Captain America and there was a chest locked behind one of these barriers, you were just out of luck. There was nothing you could do. Everyone else can either do one or both. Iron Man being the exception where he can do both if he's in the Hulkbuster suit. He can only break a door if he's in the Hulkbuster suit. And he can always hack. But everyone else can do one or the other. But with this, Captain America can now break through doors. This is huge. And you know what? Just thank you guys for fixing that, because he felt pretty useless. He's my main, so this I am especially grateful for. They also provided some hints as to what updates are coming for the game and what things they are wanting to fix that might not necessarily be a problem for the game or an actual glitch or issue, but something that people have really highly anticipated that's more of a quality of life improvement for the game. One of these is just your subtitle size. You can change that. You have a high contrast mode, or you can toggle options for hero icons to remain always visible. That's kind of nice. But the big one for me, and the one I've been wanting since this game began, Warzone ping system. That is the best. I mean, if you're playing with your friends and you don't have a mic, which you should because it's always more fun when you have a mic, but if you don't, you're at a chest, there is no way for you to tell them where it is. Even when you have a mic, you're like, it's over here, and then they have to fly all the way there, and you have to just stand there until they get there or perfectly describe where the chest is located. So introducing a ping system, huge bonus for this game and has been needed for quite a while. There were also some various skill point issues that they did address, but these are so character specific. It usually involved whether you got one extra skill point or minus one skill point, and that's really the gist of it. They're working on trying to find a way to give those skill points back if you're missing it, and it's still ongoing for the fix. That's really all you actually need to know about it right now, is there's not a definite fix for it at this moment, but they're working on it. With that, I'm going to end this video here. I appreciate everyone who took the time to listen to this, and I really hope that it was able to help you with maybe one of your issues you're having. If it did, do me a huge favor and like and subscribe and support this channel. I appreciate every little view I get here, so I really appreciate any support you do give. With that, I'll leave you guys for the day, and I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day.